Now at 8, a federal judge denies bail for a man shot by Border Patrol earlier this month. Coming up, what new court documents reveal from the driver's perspective.
Plus, it's a first for Portland's new city administrator, what his first update to counselors is, and the impact your tax dollars are having on the arts. Plus,
we're not the gatekeepers, we're the welcoming committee, and all we need is one in-person chance to make you a customer and a family member for life.
And after 50 years, that still stands true. How Portland's oldest skateboard shop is still standing strong, but on a new set of legs. Good morning, and thank you for joining us here live at 8 o'clock. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. Rod Hill and Chris McGinnis are standing by for a look at the weather and traffic. Gentlemen?
Yeah, good morning. Hi, everybody. It is another cold, frosty start out there, and our cameras are really showing off the frost this morning. There it is on the grass in front of the state capitol. 25 degrees. It's been mainly clear overnight. We're starting slowly to get some increasing cloudiness. Kind of partly cloudy over the city currently. 29 is the temperature out at PDX. I'm not sure if we're overcast by the noon hour or not, but I do think going into the afternoon, most of the PM hours will be cloudy. 38 degrees at noon, perhaps a cloudy 41 at 5 o'clock. Cooler than we have been. Chris?
We pick it up with that traffic alert in Clark County. I-5 southbound near the Battleground exit. A fender bender right now has one lane blocked. This is a snapshot from WashDOT's website. And you can see the backup here at 209th. So you're going to hit that almost immediately as you head south from Ridgefield. Plan at least an extra 6 or 8 minutes to get around that. Farther south, of course, it's slow, normal slow through North Portland. 23 minutes gets you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Sunset, of course, slow and steady at Sylvan. That's a 30-minute ride from Hillsborough. Rod's been talking about it. I've been talking about that low cloud lockdown on the east side, east of Cascades. This is a snapshot over near Juniper Butte. This is in Jefferson County, south of Madras. And a lot of north central, and the Oregon and the Columbia Basin looks like this. And I'm mentioning this because once again, the Sherman County School District calling it a day, closed due to icy roads. And guys, I'm not sure if this is weather related or not, but Corbett School is reporting a water issue. The whole Corbett School District today closed in Multnomah County. Back to you.
All right, good to know, Chris. Thank you. The driver shot by Border Patrol agents earlier this month in southeast Portland has been denied bail. On Wednesday, a federal judge ordered 33-year-old Luis Nino Moncada to remain in custody. Newly released documents show what happened from the driver's perspective.
Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live outside the federal courthouse with a breakdown of the case. Corey.
Well, China, Matthew, Nino Moncada is now charged with aggravated assault of a federal officer and depredation of federal property. Both charges he's pleaded not guilty to as of this time. Now, federal prosecutors say on January 8th, while taking his partner to a medical appointment, Nino Moncada weaponized his vehicle during a targeted stop. Officials say he hit an agent with his truck in the parking lot of the clinic and repeatedly rammed an empty Border Patrol vehicle. Court documents include photos of the damaged car and what Homeland Security has referred to as a targeted mission. But the documents also show new insight from defense attorneys saying the government has not shown that Nino Moncada meant to assault an officer versus just trying to escape, and that his only prior criminal charge was a DUI. Prosecutors in the case accused Nino Moncada of driving directly at the agent again, saying that's when the agent fired the shots, hitting Nino Moncada and his partner. They drove off and called 911. This is a clip from that call.
Caller saying that he was shot twice by ICE and his wife was shot as well.
And prosecutors say Nino Moncada illegally entered the U.S. in 2022. He was arrested in Colorado a year later, and then he was ordered to appear for a removal proceeding, but they say he failed to show up to that. His criminal trial is set to start in March. Meanwhile, the Oregon DOJ is set to launch its own formal investigation into the shooting. Guys?
Our Corey Johnson reporting live. Thank you, Corey. An internal memo obtained by the Associated Press shows that ICE told agents that they can forcibly enter people's home without a judge's warrant. The memo authorizes agents to enter homes with a more narrow administrative warrant to arrest someone with a final order of removal. And according to a whistleblower complaint, the memo has been used to train new ICE officers deployed to cities and towns carrying out the president's immigration crackdown. A Homeland Security spokesperson says everyone served with a warrant has had, quote, full due process and a final order of removal.
Revoke the permit! Revoke the permit!
A Portland City Council meeting was disrupted by protesters last night, calling on the city to revoke the permit for the ice facility on the south waterfront. Security was asked to escort the person out, and the meeting was moved online. Mayor Keith Wilson said that while he agrees public safety is undermined by the actions of federal agents, the city has to follow a process when it comes to land use approvals and cannot just revoke the ice permit. Wilson reiterated that he did ask for a pause in all ice activity in the city until the local Border Patrol shooting could be investigated.
Gresham City Council has adopted an emergency declaration calling for federal immigration reform. The resolution directs funds to address food insecurity and to provide utility assistance to families. It also calls for a new community resource page on the city's website to help families impacted by President Trump's immigration policies.
Counselors are set to receive their first monthly update from new city administrator Raymond Lee, including an update on the arts tax. Just over $8 million are being spread across Portland's 6 school districts and charter schools this school year to pay for elementary art teacher salaries. Now, this year is noteworthy when it comes to the arts tax. Students who were kindergartners when the money started flowing during the 2013-14 school year are now seniors in high school.
Washington's governor has requested a federal disaster declaration from FEMA after December's historic flooding. It would mean millions in federal aid to repair nearly 4,000 flood-damaged homes across the state, totaling an estimated $21.3 million in damage, but it is not a guarantee. FEMA denied a similar funding request from the state after the 2024 bomb cyclone.
Let's head over to Rod for a look at your forecast.
Yeah, let's go where it has been cloudy for about a week at this point, or at least a solid 5 days. This is the Oregon Veterans Home camera in the Dalles, and it continues to be a low cloud lockdown. We call it that. That's what it is. Get this. Your low temperature yesterday was 32 in the Dalles, and the high was 34. And that's what you've been undergoing. Now, right now, you're at 31. And with the clouds holding again today, you're probably going to end up somewhere in the mid-30s. This cloud base here might actually start to lift a little bit for you folks, but there are incoming clouds off the Pacific today that would take away any potential developing sunshine. Let's get to the other end of the gorge and out along the Columbia in Vancouver. The rising sun, partly cloudy skies from the springs at the waterfront. Here in the valley and up into southwest Washington, another very cold, frosty start. 27 is the number now in Vancouver, and that's actually up a few degrees. Battleground still hunkered down at 21. Camas reporting no wind and 26 this morning. It's 31 in Tigard. So everybody's frosty. 25 in Albany and 25 also in our state capital this morning. Generally a dry day. I say generally, you can make the argument there might be some sprinkles at some point later this afternoon along the coast. But notice the clouds. This will be a cloudy afternoon, keeping the temperatures at the coast in the 40s. Maybe only low 40s up and down I-5, and then the clouds moving through the gorge. Partly cloudy and only in the 30s in Burns and John Day later today. Those clouds incoming this afternoon will clear out, looks like, first thing tomorrow morning. So 44 today, back to sun tomorrow, sunny and dry through the weekend. The cold, frosty mornings in the 20s. Monday gets some clouds, and then right now I've taken Wednesday's rain chance and pushed it into Thursday of next week. Here's Chris.
Okay, Rod, thanks for that. Back to that traffic alert in Clark County. It's just south of Ridgefield, WashDOT, dealing with a crash that's got the left lane blocked near 199th, and that's got traffic backed up a good mile and a half now nearly to the Ridgefield exit. So you're definitely going to need an extra 8 or 10 minutes here to get southbound from Ridgefield to Battleground. And then once you get farther south, of course, you hit the normal slowing on the Oregon side of the Interstate Bridge. 20 minutes right now gets you in from Main Street to the Fremont. There's a live load. Wow, we just zip past that. You want to see that one more time? Maybe? Look quick. There it is. Highway 26, slow and steady coming in from 217 right now. We've been holding steady with that drive right around 30 or just under that to get you in from Hillsborough. Matthew.
Chris, thank you. Clear your schedules and grab your gear. The Portland Fire have dropped their schedule. We'll take you to the Moda Center with those details. Also ahead.
President Trump announcing he had reached the framework for a future deal involving Greenland and security with NATO Secretary General. I'm Alice Barr in Washington with all the latest details on what this means for tensions with major European allies.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Well, the good news just keeps coming in. We just learned about another Oregonian getting selected for Team USA at the Winter Olympics. Alpine skier Jackie Wiles from Portland is ready to take on her 4th Olympics. She recently finished 3rd in a World Cup downhill skiing race, and 2 Oregonians have also been selected to represent the U.S. Hydro Flask snowboard team. It will be Alessandro Barbieri's first Olympics. He comes from Portland, and apparently he speaks Italian. And Sean Fitzsimmons from Hood River is heading to his 2nd Olympics. So congratulations to them.
After 50 years, the oldest skateboard shop in the Rose City has changed hands, and it turns out its new owner is a longtime customer and employee.
Devin Haskins visited the Northwest Portland store and has the story.
For 50 years, Cal Skate has been a staple in Portland's skateboarding community. And since 2000, it's called Northwest 6th and Everett in Old Town home.
They opened up the doors to this beautiful community that I've been immersed in ever since. If you're not following, you're not trying.
Chris Nucala is the shop's new owner, taking over for the original owner, Howard Weiner.
Howard has been one of the most important male figures in my life, and he's lent decades of support and opportunity to me through skateboarding.
Surfers in California invented skateboarding in the 1950s, a simple board with wheels attached that's evolved over the years. In 1976, Weiner opened Cal Skate at 2nd and Salmon. The store moved around a bit before settling in Old Town.
So our name Cal Skate is actually a tribute to the first generation of Portland skateboarders in Woodstock, the Woodstock neighborhood that predates the term skateboard.
Nucala walked into the shop at the age of 8 and felt immediately welcome and included.
I came in here and the diehards behind the counter took the time with me to assemble a skateboard that represented me and the personality I was creating. And they opened up the doors to this beautiful community that I've been immersed in ever since.
He not only wanted to ride, but work in the shop that welcomed him.
I had a goal when I was 8 years old and I saw it into fruition. I don't know many people that come up with their entire life plan at such a young age and don't really waver off of it, but I did, and I'm here and I consider myself a bit of a skateboard success story in that regard.
Now, as owner, he wants to continue what Weiner started and what he first walked into over 20 years ago, running a store that not only sells skateboards, but is also a welcoming spot for those walking in for the first time, just like he did.
We're not the gatekeepers, we're the welcoming committee, and all we need is one in-person chance to make you a customer and a family member for life.
In Portland, Devin Haskins, KGW News.
It is time to mark your calendar because the schedule has dropped for the inaugural season of the Portland Fire.
Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us live outside the Moda Center. All right, Thomas, how's that schedule looking?
Yeah, well, guys, we're still a few months out, but May 9th is a date you're going to want to mark because right behind us here at the Moda Center, Portland Fire will be back in action for the first time here in more than 20 years, taking on the Chicago Sky. Portland Fire released their schedule recently. They used a couple local celebrities to help them out.
Did you hear?
I have.
Did you hear?
Did you hear?
Did you hear?
Did you hear?
Here.
Oyster?
Did you
Here.
Here. Look at
Did you hear?
me.
Did you
Look
hear?
at me.
Did you hear?
Hi, Sonia. Hey, guys. Did you hear? The Portland Fire WNBA team is coming back this season.
What do you mean? They haven't been a team since 2002.
Yeah, they coming back. 2026 is their debut season.
That's awesome. Portland Fire reignited. Should we get season tickets?
Yeah.
All right. I wonder when they're going to announce the schedule for next season.
Yeah, so of course those were the stars from Portlandia, Fred Armisen and Carrie Brownstein helping out on Portland Fire's Instagram page there. Kicking off the revamp of a WNBA team here in Portland. And yeah, it's been a long time coming. Here's some old footage when the Portland Fire were here the first go-round. They only played here though from 2000 to 2002 at the Rose Garden. And in 3 seasons in the league, they couldn't crack a winning record. But hey, new team, new era right here in the Rose City. Though the Fire are going to have some stiff competition. Sabrina Ionescu and the New York Liberty visit PDX for back-to-back games in May before Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever come to town at the end of that month. Then Cameron Brink will come home for a homecoming with the LA Sparks on August 2nd. Now, it's not just big names in the WNBA who will be here in the Rose City. There's some rivalry action happening too, guys. Portland will play Seattle 4 times this year as part of a 44-game schedule. 22 of those games will be right behind us at the Moda Center. So a lot to look forward to for those Fire fans. Matthew, Jetta.
Thomas Schultz reporting live. Very exciting stuff. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the schedule release because the number of people that mentioned Portlandia to me when I told them I was coming out here is just remarkable.
Yeah.
I've never seen an episode.
How many years is? Gosh, I don't know how many years ago it's been, but it was funny.
It was
really
I saw
funny.
a few clips. They sent me the freestyle canoeing. Several people thought that was.
I've never seen it either.
No, it was funny because if you're in Portland,
Armisen, he's great.
Every little bit they had, you were like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
We are continuing to track this soon-to-be record dry streak. What we're talking about, so there's 2 records that the PDX, the National Weather Service, keeps for dry streaks. One is you don't even get a trace of moisture, meaning not even a morning where you got some drizzle from fog, just nothing. That record is one that we're focused on right now. That's 13 consecutive days back in the January of 1985. PDX records go back to 1941. Today's going to be day 11. So confidence is high. We'll tie that record on Saturday. We'll break it on Sunday. And if we don't get any rain until next, Thursday or Friday now it looks like, we could have a 17 or 18-day new record. Now, the other record they keep is how many days with no measurable rainfall, which means you can have a trace here and a trace there. That record is 18. So good grief, we could be all of a sudden in the running for that record as well. Here's a look at what is happening. If you look at a weather map at 18,000 feet, the contours of the flow, the upper level ridge is finally gone. And that's why, for the first time in roughly a week, we now have the potential of some clouds coming in off the Pacific. I don't think we get any moisture from these clouds, but they will take away our sun, and it looks like they will be thick enough to do that as they roll in this afternoon. Here's Futurecast. We have some morning partly cloudy skies to increasing cloudiness. This is 1 o'clock. And then soon after that, the clouds come in. They stay with us throughout the night. Then they clear early in the morning. So the overnight lows tonight into your Friday morning will depend on how rapidly and when those clouds clears. Once they clear, the temperature is going to want to fall off. Our coast cameras have been showing increasing sunshine. We have a surfer. I love the Seaside camera. Every morning we have surfers. There's one right there. Temperature in Seaside, 32 degrees. So cold. Here is Timberline. They've got the lift going as they prepare to open up this morning. We've seen some increasing clouds here up high as well. It's 41 degrees. There's still a bit of a temperature inversion, but it is weakening and weakening and weakening. And with that, the east winds are also showing signs of weakening through the gorge this morning. There are the clouds over downtown, the pretty illumination of the downtown buildings, 29 degrees. Everybody in the valley is frosty. 29 Portland, 25 Salem, 24 Kelso, freezing out through the gorge this morning as well at 31 degrees. So with the clouds coming in this afternoon, light winds away from the gorge, high temperatures Generally only the low 40s to about 44 degrees at most. East winds today could continue to calm. This morning we've had east winds at Toronto gusting to 30. There's the dry weekend, the sunshine, the cold frosty mornings in the 20s. And behind me that way, no rain on the 7-day forecast. Chris?
Remarkable. All right, let's get you back up to Clark County and that traffic alert south of Ridgefield. I-5 southbound, WashDOT, WSP dealing with a crash here that has the southbound left lane blocked just south of the Battleground exit. And that now has traffic pretty well solidly lined up to the Ridgefield on-ramp. So again, you're going to need some extra time getting in from that side of town. Highway 26, there's a live look at the Sylvan Hills. Slow and steady there, of course. Door number 2 will take us to North Portland, where the drive on I-5 is actually not bad. That's because all that traffic is stuck up in Ridgefield. Joking. It's actually not moving that bad, though. Once you get down towards Rosa Parks, though, things do tighten up a little bit. The trip in from the east side from Troutdale right now, averaging about 26 minutes on I-84. Heads up, Monday night, Monday, I-205, the Abernethy Bridge will be closed for 6 hours, both directions between Oregon City and West Linn. Be prepared for that. Your detours, of course, I-5, 99E, Highway 43, local traffic can use the Arch Bridge. Matthew?
Thank you very much, Chris. Coming up, a Washington family is taking Tesla to court over a feature a lot of its drivers use. Why they say using autopilot isn't safe.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW+. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW+. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
President Donald Trump is revoking his tariff threats on Europe after he says he's reached the framework of a deal with NATO over Greenland.
This comes as he continues to speak with world leaders today about global conflicts. NBC's Alice Barr has the details.
President Trump continuing his foreign focus today in Davos, Switzerland, with the first meeting of the Board of Peace, formed to oversee reconstruction of Gaza. And now expanding to seek an end to other global conflicts.
This board has the chance to be one of the most consequential bodies ever created.
Dozens of world leaders invited to join, including Russian President Vladimir Putin, though some European allies declined over concerns the board could rival the United Nations, all amid that diplomatic dust-up over Greenland, with President Trump now saying he's reached a framework of a future deal with the NATO Secretary General.
We have a concept of a deal. I think it's going to be a very good deal for the United States, also for them.
While also saying he won't use military force to take over Greenland, a Danish territory.
People thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
And backing off threatened tariffs against Denmark and 7 other European allies that oppose the U.S. acquiring Greenland. That after Europe hit pause on a long-sought trade deal. President Trump has insisted the U.S. needs Greenland for national security. And now the New York Times, citing 3 senior officials, reports that NATO members discussed the possibility of giving the U.S. sovereignty over small pockets of land to build military bases. The U.S. already has a base in Greenland and broad access to establish more under a Cold War agreement. A NATO spokesperson noted the Secretary General did not propose any compromise to sovereignty during his meeting with President Trump. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Developing this morning, the family of a Washington man killed in a crash with a Tesla, reportedly on autopilot mode, is now suing the car maker. They claim that the product is inherently unsafe and should be pulled from the market. 28-year-old Jeffrey Neeson died on Highway 522 north of Seattle 2 years ago. Police reports say that the victim was stopped in traffic when a self-driving Tesla rammed his motorcycle and dragged him to his death. His family is still devastated by their loss.
Just like a big nightmare. I just want to, just want to wake up and just have him back.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is currently investigating more than 8,000 incidents involving Tesla's self-driving cars.
Declining birth rates and a changing adoption landscape is making things more difficult for families. Why it's also led to agencies merging together. Plus, a Portland nonprofit is making sure those who might not have a Valentine this year still get some love, where you can make a card for a local senior.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Good morning, I'm China Green. A southwest Washington coastal town has now fired its fire chief after he was accused of raping and molesting at least 3 children. The city of Ilwaco said that it has ended Jeffrey Archer's employment and appointed an interim chief. Archer was arrested earlier this month after his alleged victims came forward, accusing him of abusing them over several years while he was babysitting at his home. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at weather.
Good morning. Starting off with another cloudy day for you folks out in Wasco County, parts of Central Oregon, from Hood River out toward Pendleton, actually. Temperatures here yesterday were, I think it was 32 for a low and 34 for a high. Right now it's 31, and we don't expect your temperature to budge much today either. You get back into the valley, partly cloudy skies, pretty look over the vineyard from the Chehalem tasting room in Sherwood. PDX is 29. Pretty much everybody is frosty and cold out the door. So we get some morning sun, partly cloudy. It does turn into a cloudy afternoon. Temperatures 44 degrees or cooler today. We'll get back to sun tomorrow. It's a sunny, dry weekend expected.
Well, Oregon is once again in the spotlight when it comes to the top culinary awards in the country. The semifinalists for the James Beard Awards include Le Pigeon for Outstanding Restaurant, Scotch Lodge for Outstanding Bar, Coquine for Wine or Beverage Program. And when it comes to the best chef in the Northwest and Pacific, 7 Oregon chefs received big nominations. Congratulations to all the nominees.
I actually really enjoy Scotch Lodge. You're not here, or you just got here, so
Sure.
you're not familiar with it. Multnomah Whiskey Library is
Yeah.
a huge fan favorite, but I feel like to get in is a little bit more difficult. Scotch Lodge is
Accessible.
yes,
Yeah.
and it's just
Which
it's just a
helps.
very cool, like romantic kind of setting. I really like
And
it.
Le Pigeon may have some missed calls from us.
And
when they get into
Valentine's Day is coming up. Are you hinting at something there? Or?
there you go.
No.
You're like, you said it was romantic. So,
Yes.
like, are you asking your hubby to?
That could be a
Subliminal.
place we
Not
stop.
subliminal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yes.
Want to hear a really random story fast?
Okay.
Okay. One of my job interviews in the city, I met the news director. It's a job interview, and we went to the Lloyd Center Denny's. It was not my choice.
Wow.
All these great restaurants in town.
Really smoothing you.
Yeah. I can't remember what I had. I'm sure it was
He
fine.
knows your sweet spot, man.
You're so-
A good greasy spoon.
and moments in your life when you look back and you're like, oh my goodness, here's our Salem sky camera. We have frost on the grass this morning. There's our Salem sky camera. 25 degrees is the number. Here's the Rose City camera. We're definitely seeing some increase in clouds after what was a clear night. It is cold and frosty everywhere. PDX is still down to 29. If you are just joining us, good morning. We have cloudiness coming in off the Pacific today. Haven't seen that in a long time. So kind of partly cloudy, increasing clouds this morning. Eventually this afternoon will just be overcast, and that's going to keep temperatures down. Could only be 38 at noon today, and after getting up to maybe as warm as 44, 41 at 5 o'clock. East winds are still blowing at Troutdale out of the gorge, but overall they seem to be less than what they have been seeing. Here's the dry afternoon map. Clouds will keep the beach in the 40s today, maybe only low 40s as I mentioned up and down I-5. 33 out in the Dalles, which is kind of, I think you're 32 right now. It's another day you will not budge. And then we've got partly cloudy skies as you head out farther to the east with some increasing cloudiness later today. 7-day forecast is dry. We've taken Wednesday's rain chance next week and pushed it into Thursday. So we have the clouds coming today. We get back to sun tomorrow. It will be a sunny, dry weekend with those cold, frosty mornings continuing. Here's Chris.
You know, Rod, I'm curious as to how minimal the temperature swing in the Dalles has been for the last week. It's probably been like 2 degrees, right?
Yeah, 3, I think.
3.
Yeah.
Over the last 7 days. All right, let's pick it up in Clark County. Still dealing with the remnants of a fender bender on I-5 southbound near the Battleground exit. It looks like it's clear, but obviously there's a residual delay. So you'll hit that slowing as you get south of Ridgefield. Highway 26, again, we're in the crunch of the morning commute, as busy as it gets right now. 33 minutes now, your trip in from Brookwood Parkway. And of course, for the last several days, while we were joking about the no temperature swing in the Dalles, that's because of the low clouds and the fog and the freezing fog. This is a look at Juniper Butte in Jefferson County, US 97 there, frosty fog there, US 97 in Kent. I bring this up because the Sherman County School District is closed due to icy roads. And guys, we're not sure if that is weather related, but the Corbett School District in Multnomah County had a water issue yesterday. All Corbett schools closed today. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Authorities are following close to 100 tips as they search for the man they say shot and injured 2 officers Monday night in Northeast Portland. Portland police put out a request to the public for tips and for people in the area to check their ring or security cameras. Sergeant Kevin Allen told us detectives are following up on each and every one of those leads.
Somebody out there that's willing to use deadly force against our officers, you know, we're concerned. All of us are. We've really taken this case to heart.
The incident happened near Northeast 17th in Clackamas after officers responded to a call of someone threatening another person with a knife. When the officers arrived, the suspect opened fire, hitting them both. The suspect is described as a man in his mid-30s with facial hair. He's believed to be armed with a knife and gun and was seen with a black backpack and a green shopping bag.
Oregon Democrats are changing course after a successful Republican-led petition has halted a transportation bill worth more than $4 billion. The legislation was passed last year and would lead to higher taxes. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz has the latest.
Oregon Democratic lawmakers now say they want a referendum vote to happen on this transportation package in May. This all comes after Republicans gathered around 250,000 signatures to push this package to a referendum and be voted on by voters. Initially, that wasn't expected to happen, though, until the November election cycle. Now, Democrats are once again changing course. Initially, Governor Tina Kotek planned to repeal the transportation bill, which would provide funding for transportation agencies like ODOT, before learning of a 1935 opinion by the then Oregon Attorney General that said a governor could not repeal legislation set for a petition. Still, Republicans plan to fight this latest pivot and say Democrats are trying to hide the referendum in an election with lower voter turnout.
Now the majority is playing games with when that vote occurs, because the last thing they want is to have the election on the same ballot, general election ballot, that every Democrat that voted for this is going to share.
And for the first time, Oregon Democrats are acknowledging that they don't have the authority to repeal this legislation they worked very hard to pass because of that signature gathering by the Republicans. And again, more than 200,000 signatures raised by the Republicans in a limited time span. All the while, though, ODOT is facing a huge budget deficit, which is over $240 million. In North Portland, Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
Attorneys general from 4 Democrat-led states took part in a Portland town hall last night to break down how they're challenging several Trump administration policies.
A year and a day ago, Trump took office and immediately started breaking the law, and he hasn't stopped. He has been blatant and brazen, consistent and frequent in his lawlessness.
California's AG says his state has won most of the lawsuits they filed against the Trump administration. Minnesota's AG said hearing from the public in town halls has helped bolster their cases.
We need to have evidence for our cases, and I can't tell you how many times I was shocked to hear somebody's testimony about what they were facing.
Oregon sued the federal government 53 times last year with lawsuits over tariffs, birthright citizenship, voter data, and more.
2 of Oregon's longest-serving adoption agencies have now merged. Portland-based Boys and Girls Aid and Open Adoption and Family Services says declining birth rates and a changing adoption landscape is making it more difficult for families looking to adopt. The merger aims to maintain the connection between adoptive families and kids' birth families. And with fewer adoption placements happening today, advocates are warning of new risks.
I think with that discrepancy in there being far more people hoping to adopt than placements happening, there's a growing vulnerability that people are going to be taken advantage of. People are paying high sums of money to try to procure an adoption plan.
Valentine's Day is still more than 3 weeks away, so you have some time to plan. But one Portland nonprofit is making sure in advance that senior citizens will get to feel the love this holiday.
That's right. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson has those details.
The nonprofit Positive Charge PDX is set to host a community-wide Valentines for Seniors event happening this Saturday. Now, the group's mission is to amplify kindness. The initiative encourages people of all ages to help create handmade Valentine's cards that will then be handed out to local seniors through Meals on Wheels across the Portland metro area. It's an effort they say is a way to help those impacted by isolation during the winter months. The event is in its 5th year, and organizers say it's a project that's garnered a lot of support. Last year alone, more than 2,100 cards were delivered. And we also spoke with organizers during a card-making event that happened this past Monday in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day to learn more about it.
It absolutely makes a difference. It puts such a smile on faces of these people that many of them are pretty shut in their homes and don't get out and may not have people coming to see them.
If you are interested in participating in that event's set to happen this Saturday at Greater Portland Bible Church from 1 to 3 in the afternoon. Spaces are limited, so you need to RSVP in advance and make sure you do that in enough time. Let's say you're not able to attend that event in person. Positive Charge PDX does have drop-off locations where you can drop off a letter if you still want to write one and send one in as a Valentine's for seniors. Back to you.
Your time now is 8:39. Taking a check at the roads with Chris McGinnis.
All right, guys, a reminder coming up, not tonight or this weekend, but Monday, between Oregon City and Westland, the I-205 Abernathy Bridge will be closed both directions overnight for about 6 hours from 11 to 5 as ODOT continues work installing that sign bridge. They were going to do that a couple of days ago, but they had to postpone that because of high winds last weekend. The project is back on for Monday night. All right, back to the drive right now, and specifically the commuter rail right now over the west side. Just hearing from TriMet, they're having a signal issue in Tualatin. So West Commuter Rail, say that 3 times fast, West Commuter Rail running on a 15-minute delay right now. All right, back up to the battleground area. An earlier crash on I-5 South. Looks like it's cleared out, and the backup that we had around that has also flushed out, so that's good news. Inbound on the Sunset, still slow and steady at Sylvan. You're driving from Hillsborough, 35 minutes. That's about as busy as it's been all morning. And the drive in on I-84 also pretty tight coming through the Hollywood District. Matthew, we're averaging about 30 to 32 minutes to get you in from Troutdale.
Thank you, Chris. A Washington doctor is getting ready for the Paralympics coming up. Why winning a medal isn't his family's greatest accomplishment.
Hey, our team tests tons of products. You know we only bring you the best, and I love finding you the best deals. We have an amazing one today on this product. Professor Amos's Shock It Clean multi-purpose cleaner. This stuff is insane, and what I love about it, you save money because it works outside and inside on just about everything. I have this grill right here. Come on in. It is all grimed up. Watch what happens when I just do this. Look, first of all, without even doing anything, it's already, you can see, turning that bright red. Then you just take this sponge. Look at that. Look at the difference, the side by side. And I haven't even wiped it down yet. Look at this. So side by side, the grime and the clean in 2 seconds. We did the same thing to this outdoor chair. There's the before and after. And we got to go inside. You got to see what it does in there. This is my carpet at home with this huge stain on it. And I'm actually wondering if it'll come off. So I'm just going to spray a little bit like this. That's actually, believe it or not, the color of the carpet. That's not the, look at that. That's the white of the carpet. Look how it just fixed that immediately. Insane. You know, I had to come to the kitchen. We have a mock stovetop for you. What's great about this is it actually breaks down the molecular structure of the stains and grime. Crazy how well this works. And when you wipe it away, this before and after tells the entire story. We have a great savings for you today on this product. You get the 64-ounce jug, normally $49.95 today, just $31.95. That's 36% off while supplies last. Just scan the QR code on the screen or go to shoptvdeals.com.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
The 2026 Winter Olympics kicks off in 15 days, and in early March, top Paralympic athletes will compete in the Winter Games.
For a Washington doctor, this will be his 10th year with the U.S. Paralympic cross-country ski and biathlon team. But as Sebastian Robertson shows us, his family's greatest accomplishment has nothing to do with medals.
High in the Cascade Mountains, just beyond Snoqualmie Pass, the trails at Cabin Creek provide a quiet proving ground for the nation's top winter athletes.
I'm the team physician for the U.S. Paralympic cross-country ski and biathlon team.
The sport combines endurance cross-country skiing with precision rifle shooting, adapted for athletes with disabilities.
And it's almost like you're flying just across the snow.
King 5 featured Dr. Kyle Nagel's role as team doctor back in 2018. This year, he'll head to his 4th Olympic Games in Milan, Italy. That's his daughter at his side.
I'm 15 and I've been skiing since before I can remember.
Sylvie Nagel is not an Olympian, at least not yet. But the fact that she's skiing at all is worthy of a medal. 1 year ago, a fall on the slopes changed everything.
It's called diffuse axonal injury, where there's a lot of the neurons just got sheared, and she had a couple bleeds in her brain. So yeah, severe traumatic brain injury.
Sylvie doesn't remember the fall. She has no memory of the first 2 weeks she spent in the hospital.
I'm giving you no help right now.
2 months after the injury, as she started getting back into schoolwork.
One memory I have was when I first got home and I was working on that history project.
Oh yeah.
And I just could not figure it out.
Yeah.
And it was just not as easy as it used to be.
Get those legs going.
Little by little, Sylvie worked to regain skills so many of us take for granted.
On Wednesday night, I think I felt more comfortable than I ever have in my life on my V2.
Later this month, her dad leaves for the Olympics. His star athlete will stay in the Northwest.
And you leaving, it would be a refresher. It would be a time to reset and to be like, okay, I'm here now, and then I'll miss you for probably a week.
Yeah, so there you go. Normal 15-year-old.
Yeah.
While her dad is tending to world-class athletes, she'll continue training for her first competition since her injury.
I'm excited, and my whole plan is just not to look at my place. I'll know my time, but I don't want to know my place.
Each stride they take is a reminder of how far they've come. In Seattle, Sebastian Robertson, King 5 News.
Time for a check of the weather. Rod is on the KGW weather deck. How are things up there, Rod?
Things are great.
Yeah, I was going to say throw on the coat for this one, huh?
Now, Matthew, your first day with us, but China may notice we have new flowers behind me. Check them out.
Oh, we
Yeah,
do.
they're beautiful.
Roses?
Yes, roses.
Oh, for Valentine's
Maybe
Day.
for Valentine's Day again.
Oh.
Yes, there you go. It is a nice morning. We're definitely partly cloudy up here. I can see, I'm staring at Lincoln High School, and I can see their flags, and they're moving a little bit, but there's not much of a breeze. It's really, considering the temperature, not too bad out. Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking here on the weather deck. Let's get you to that record dry streak that we continually believe we will easily break. So remember, this is the streak of not even a trace of rain, not even any mist in the morning, nothing. The record is 13 consecutive days in January of '85. Today's going to be day 11, so we're getting close. We'll tie the record on Saturday. We'll break it on Sunday. And if we don't get rain next week until Thursday or Friday, which will be January 29 or 30, we'd be looking at a potential new record of 17, even pushing 18 days. This really has been, or going to soon be, uncharted territory in terms of just how dry our January has been as of late. We have cloudiness starting to spill in. On any given day, that would be no big deal. I'd be telling you that I don't think it's going to rain. We just have clouds that would take away our sun this afternoon. But this is a big deal because it is your visual evidence that that high pressure ridge that we've had is now gone. And that means clouds and weather systems are free to start returning to our area. Now, we're still having the east winds coming out of the gorge, but they are weakening. We still have the low cloud lockdown this morning, Central Oregon, Hood River, the Dalles out to Pendleton. But even those clouds could start to lift somewhat today. The problem is, if you guys start to clear in those areas, you're going to see increasing clouds come in. So it's kind of a no-win situation. There's the current wind gusts out of Troutdale to 25 miles per hour. The winds have not been above 31 going all the way back to yesterday afternoon, and they could continue to ease somewhat during the day today. So again, that high pressure ridge, the temperature inversion, the east winds, all of that finally starting to break down. Here's a pretty look at the incoming tide from our Seaside live camera up in Clatsop County. Temperature 32 degrees. The coast, by the way, with cloudy skies this afternoon, You guys will be the chilliest you've been in a while, only with looking at temperatures in the 40s. There's the partly cloudy skies along the Columbia from the Springs at the Waterfront camera. And there's that cold, frosty temperature, 27. Everybody's been cold and frosty this morning here on the in the valley. 25 currently in Salem, 24 up in Kelso. It's in the teens out in John Day and Baker City. I'll get you to your forecast numbers. We're looking at temperatures in the low 40s with the clouds coming in this afternoon, and then the light winds away from the gorge. The gorge winds, again, not gusting any stronger than 30 miles per hour today. And I've pushed Wednesday's rain chance back to Thursday. That means the 7 days back to being all dry. We cloud up today, but we'll get the sun back tomorrow and we'll be sunny, I think, this weekend. It is birthday time. All right, today's party begins with Liam, who is 6, big Blazers fan right there. Happy birthday to you on this Thursday. And also, hopefully having a fun party today is Reagan, who is 13. Big year because you're a teenager now, obviously. So hope you have a great day as well. And that's our list. Birthdays at KGW.com. And we will celebrate with you. Here is Chris McGinnis.
Rodney, thank you. Let's go ahead and check out the drive right now. We'll zoom around the freeway system. Highway 26, US 26. The drive coming in from Sylvan still pretty slow. You can see all 3 lanes there. Slow and steady over the Sylvan Hill. Not that that's all that unusual. Hopping over to the Banfield, I-84 westbound, still slow coming in from the Gateway District to Hollywood especially. Checking out the drive times now. We've actually chipped away at this from Hillsborough. We were up, I think we peaked out at about 35 or 37 minutes. So we got that down to 29. So some improvement there. Same story on the drive out of Troutdale. We've got that chipped away a few more minutes now. 27 minutes gets you in from Troutdale to downtown. A reminder again, Monday night, the Abernathy Bridge, I-205 between Oregon City and Westland, that will be closed overnight from 11 to 5 as ODOT continues that sign bridge installation. They had to postpone it about a week and a half ago due to high winds, but it'll be back in play Monday night, and that means you'll need a detour, 99E, Highway 43, or I-5. We'll be right back.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Oh, I'm up first. Look
yeah,
at
you
me.
go.
All right, we have clouds coming in this afternoon. 44 the high. Right now we're still in the 20s across much of the area. Cold, frosty morning. The weekend, your plans are dry. They'll be sunny. We'll have those cold, frosty starts though, both Saturday and Sunday.
Good news, the freeway drive is predictable. I mean, we've got our usual slow spots, like case in point, Exhibit A in the upper left-hand part of your screen. That's Highway 26 at the Sylvan Hill. Right now, we're still averaging about 30 minutes to get you in from Hillsborough. 25, 23, look at that, it went down. 23 minutes, get you in from Troutdale right now.
All right, so we have a minute 30 left, and the prompter says, Matthew, talk about yourself.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of time to talk about myself.
The pride and joy of Columbus, Ohio.
That's
Where
right.
did you come from?
So my home is from Columbus, Ohio, but I came from Columbus, Ohio. I spent the last 5 years at the NBC affiliate in Columbus, Ohio, which I know is kind of like a bad word around here because I am a big Buckeye fan.
Well, you're a Big Ten guy.
I am a Big Ten guy.
I went to Penn State, so,
appreciate work being in the Big Ten. But I'm also, like we were talking about, a Browns fan, so it all evens out. So.
Did you go to Ohio State?
I went to Ohio University, which is about an hour and a half southeast, which has a great journalism school, but I didn't attend the journalism school. I actually started my career in sales and marketing, so I have a very strange background into this to this field. But yeah.
Okay. Well, make something up that sounds even better. Come on.
I was gonna say, what do you want me to
You played NFL. You decided, I can do more with my life.
I want to get back to the community. No.
That old knee that got you out, right? Yeah,
exactly.
I got you.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, I'm very excited. I've never lived anywhere west of Columbus. Every other place, North Carolina, Pittsburgh. So I've lived several other places,
have
but they've all been
here.
east.
Real mountains.
Well, that's
with
what I loved
lots
about
of
North
snow.
Carolina. You get the mountains on one side, the beach on the
that's
other,
true.
so you do kind of get the best of both worlds here as well. So
The beach is cold here, though.
Yeah, that's
It's really big. We call it the coast.
That's right.
the coast.
Kind of a state of mind more than a beach.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
he
go to
started
layout.
today for our little streaming. He'll be streaming tomorrow with us, and then he will be live on air come Monday morning. So we are very excited to have him here. My vocal cords, thank you.
China's got 3 months of PTO coming.
We'll see you back here tomorrow. Good morning, I'm China Green. A jury has convicted a former Kamis-Washougal battalion chief of murder for killing his wife. Last March, police arrested Kevin West. Prosecutors say that he was having an affair and planned to end things with his wife or move out their home by January 8th, the day she died. West will be sentenced next month. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at weather.
Yeah, rub your hands together. Cold, frosty start out there again this morning. We had some areas down to 21, 22 degrees this morning. It's been in the 20s in Portland as well. We have clouds coming in this afternoon. Haven't seen that in a while. No rain, just clouding over. That'll keep temperatures down to the low 40s to 44 most. We'll get back to sunny skies tomorrow. It will be a sunny, dry weekend. Look at the cold